Just killed it.
We made the decision to play Thiago. Klopp doesn't change the system since Gmwk left. You don't want to change from the 4-3.
Boom, what's going on, people? It was a close one, guys. Like we said. But the Reds managed to do it. Nunez. Darwin Nunez. And you know what? Just because of that, we've got a special song for you guys.
Darwin Nunez, he came from Benfica to the Big Reds. It's frightening with him and Luis Diaz. There's nobody else like Darwin Nunez. Darwin Nunez, he came from Benfica to the Big Reds. It's frightening with him and Luis Diaz. There's nobody else like Darwin Nunez. Darwin.
He done it. Darwin Nunez done it. He done it. We done it. We've actually gone back to back, people. We've gone back to back. Crazy settings. As we always say on the Jerry James Show, please make sure to smash a like. Make sure to subscribe and make sure to share them with your mum, your dad, your auntie, your uncle, your cat, your dog's cat, and your cat's fish. You get it? Just share, subscribe, and like with everyone, people. Yeah, surprising to me, man. Surprising. I didn't expect it. Just big up some of the people already in the building. We got Aman Singh in the building. Big up saying, how much you think we can get for Fabinho? Second half showed how far Thiago, we have no technical ballers who can control possession. Imagine taking it into the corner flag against West Ham at home, for fuck's sake. Not going to lie to you, I just want the win. I just want the win. I do not care. We got the Don in the building as well. Big up the Reds. What's going on? And we got Fritz, the main man. Let's go. Big up. And we got none other. It's going to be joining me into this indulge and delve into this game. It's man like G. What's going on?
Nah, I'm all good, bro. I'm literally all good. Obviously, we got the 3 points and that. Another crap performance, but we got the 3 points and we move as per usual. What are you telling me?
Usual, isn't it? Back to backs are normal for us now, isn't it? Back to back.
Like that. It's so peak, yeah. When I was just looking at it now, I was like, shit. It just deeped into my head. Like, this is the first time we've gone back to back. Like, we haven't gone back to back all season. Like.
Trust, it's been crazy. Like, I'm mad surprised. Do you know what it is? And I did say, didn't I? I said our performance will be decent. Yeah, it won't be what we had against City. And I did predict a 2-1. I did think West Ham would score. And to be fair, they should have, because they had the penalty. That Souček chance, I mean.
Bro, I was looking at. I thought it was a goal. I actually thought it was a goal, and then I see it. I was like, oh my god, he's put it wide. But then I saw that Alison again, and James Milner. To be fair, double whammy there. But yeah, that performance, man. We'll get into it.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Guys. As promised, we did let you guys know that this will be a tactics board. It will be a live reaction tactics board, but it will also be a call-in show, guys. So we'll be breaking down the game tactically. I've got the stats ready, to go and bounce off myself and G, as well as you guys. But guys, we need you guys calling in. So we need the likes up. We need the people available, because what did we say, G? If the people aren't available and they're not going to come on,
then we ain't doing it.
We ain't doing it. For you guys. So this platform's for you guys as well. So we appreciate it just as much as the likes. So please smash the likes. We appreciate you guys tuning in as well. Guys, make sure as well to make sure to smash the likes on the video that G and Romz did with Max earlier today. Proper insightful, especially from a West Ham fans perspective. So that was massive. So big up yourselves. We've got Phil Banda in the building as well, saying Alison, the best goalkeeper in the world. We've got Ilyas saying that Trent is a liability, and we will get into that, no doubt. Ravi's got a question saying, did Klopp have a choice with the subs he made, considering what fixtures we have coming up? Yeah. I mean, you can look at it like that. I mean,
everybody got a choice, man. No,
yeah, that's what it is, man. That's just what it is. Like, everybody got a choice. Do you know what I mean?
Everybody got a choice.
Everybody got a choice. So, yeah, man. So look, let's just get into it, man. Going into the game, just to summarize, G, how confident were you that we're going to pick up the 3 points?
I was confident, to be fair. After the performance against Man City, I felt that maybe we were going to take in a little bit of that bounce. Something that we haven't really been able to do this season. So I thought maybe if he keeps, give or take, the same team, which he didn't in the end, but if he keeps like the same nucleus of the team, I felt like we should have been all right to take that 3 points. But I knew West Ham would make it uncomfortable, which is exactly what they did, make the game super uncomfortable. And yeah, but I was confident still. I didn't think it would end up like how it did in the end, though, to be fair. I didn't think it would be like that. But yeah. What about yourself?
Exactly. I did expect it to be a tight game. Did expect it to be a tight game. Like, it was one of those ones where I looked at the team we're coming up against, and I spoke about it in the preview show. Not in the preview show, in the tactics board we did for the Man City game yesterday. What was yesterday or 2 days ago? When I went and said, look,
a couple of days ago,
it's going to be the same game like in City. It's not going to be the same game. Like, they're not going to play the same. It's going to be a different type of game. And you could see, obviously, defensively, they did move as a unit. I know you mentioned that in the preview as well. They moved as a unit. But we created a lot. A lot. And I think the best place to start off, really, just to get into it, is Nunez, man. The guy, spearhead. I need you to tell me, how did you rate this performance from Nunez? We spoke about the cameo. I mean, poor decision making, low IQ at times. Some good, decent bits of play, but not the best cameo in the world. He starts this game anti-G philosophy. Do you know what I mean? If you were Nunez, you'd be like, bro, Klopp, we're not playing him. Klopp's, do you know what I mean, gone against what you said, and he's played him. How do you rate his performance today?
I think Nunez was our best player this evening. I'm just trying to run it through my brain. Yeah, he was. Yeah, for me, he was the best player on the pitch. When we had him in that first half, it wasn't even that he was, I would say, he was causing problems. It was more actually the other side of his game. You know, the thing that I was laughing about in the chat between me, you, and Romz, like, it's the shots on target again kind of thing. But it was almost that which kind of, it almost seemed like it gave him a bounce. Do you get what I mean? Like, even forget the goal, to be honest with you, because the goal was fantastic. That was a brilliant header. Good cross by Tsimikas, but the header was very, very good. When I saw that, I said, yeah, I like that. I very much like that. And I think in that first half performance, maybe because he was on the pitch, I don't know, but we just seemed to always try to get it to him a bit more than we usually do. Usually, you know, sometimes when he's playing, we never seem to pick him out.
And it's all periphery,
yeah. Do you know? And I've said it 100 times. This guy makes good movement. That will never change with Nunez. He always makes good movement, but we never picked him out. In this game, we seem to pick him out a lot more balls in behind. Again, though, we saw, like, in regards to Salah, obviously he got pushed out to the wing. So it was like you saw Salah's performance and then you saw Nunez's performance. So it's like, if Nunez can stay this consistent, and I mean by scoring, then it will cause problems for Salah, to be honest, because then Salah will have to always stay wide with Nunez coming up top, because Nunez gets shots off, gets shots on target. He's a danger in the box.
And it's crazy. I'm going to say something that's a bit mad. His shooting is better than Salah's. Shooting,
probably, yeah. Shooting.
Now, what I mean by that is, obviously, clearly, look, he's not the same finisher as Salah, right? But he causes more havoc with his shots. Like, you know, there was the bit when they did a little 1-2 with Bobby. Bobby said it to him, and then Salah did like some shot, and it was like some flimsy curler. Like, yeah, sometimes with Salah, it's like he doesn't connect with that ball. Do you know what I mean? And look, we're looking at. I mean, I'm looking at the stats here now, man,
What's the stat saying?
and it's crazy. I mean, out of everyone on the pitch,
Mhm.
he's had the most shots.
As he does.
He's had the most shots. It's really interesting, isn't it? Because look, he's playing down the center, and he gets. Let's just delve into him a bit more. Yeah, so he's had 6 shots, 3 on target with 1 goal.
6 shots, 3 on target, 1 goal. Okay, 6 shots.
Salah,
So
on the other hand, has had 6 shots, 1 on target.
No goals.
And it correlates exactly with what we're talking about. As soon as he goes out wide, his all-round game, it just isn't up there. But hold on, just need to put that out there. United running 3.
It's free. Right, it was 2 when I jumped on.
Jesus Christ.
Right,
Jesus
Spurs.
Christ.
Yeah, well, that kind of speaks volumes, isn't it?
The Spurs, listen, Spursy, the Spursiest team, innit? The Spursiest team. And I mean, look, we're looking at it, man, and I'm looking at Nunez, and I said it. He's gonna get goals. He's going to get goals. Whether you love him or hate him, he's gonna get goals. And reason being is because his movement is excellent. Like it actually is. You spoke about yourself. I know you're not the biggest Nunez fan, but you said he makes so many runs, but we don't find him. Today, I saw we tried to find him. Thiago was trying to find him. That chance for the volley was a Thiago ball. Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
There was a bit where he's there and he's just loitering around and he makes a run through the middle. I don't know if you remember, and the ball's playing through to him. And I'm like, rah, this guy, he's fast. And I didn't realize, but they said it in commentary. He's the fastest player in the Prem.
Yeah, they clocked his however they clock these things. Yeah,
38.
Yeah, no, it's quick, bro. Listen, look, the guy's got
38 kilometers,
bro. The attributes that make him who he is would probably suggest to you that in a better team he would score a hatful of goals, and let me not say better team, actually, in a different style team. So one being Manchester City, a team who create chance after chance after chance after chance. We're not really built like that. So where we're not really built like that, you can see he makes his own chances. He's not someone who, and I'm not trying to compare because I think this guy's levels above, but he's not like a Haaland, where Haaland kind of would need a Kevin De Bruyne, a Grealish, or someone of that kind of ilk to kind of set him up. But once you set him up, he's going to score, kind of thing. So that's probably the caveat with him. But with someone like Nunez, we see, bro, the guy would, as we said, you just said there, 6 shots, and half of his shots, 6 shots, 3 on target. Yeah, 6 shots with 3 on target. Most of those shots that you saw, the one where he hit the post. Did you get what I mean? Where chested it, bang, left foot, hit the post. That's all his own work. That's not someone giving it to him and he's got to.
Those are half chances when you think about it. Do you know what I mean? They're not put on a plate where he's had to go and deal with the ball first and then catch it on a volley. And do you know what I mean? If he scores that, it's a worldie, isn't it? So
100%. And this is why I think, like, it's just a tricky one with Nunez. I do think that with someone like him on the pitch, it actually comes down to Klopp. It really, and we'll get into Klopp and his old in-game management and stuff like that anyway. But it really does come down to Klopp and the tactics that he wants to use moving forward. Because if he wants to make Darwin Nunez the main man, he can. But if he's going to do that, he's going to have to play to his strengths. But that means that you're going to have Salah not on his game, not creating, not scoring and stuff like that. If he's willing to do that, then you're probably going to get more chances in. And obviously, once the January transfer window and the summer window is done, if we can get better players who can feed Darwin a lot more, can see a pass and things like that, Darwin probably would score more goals, or he definitely have more shots on target anyway, at the bare minimum. So it's a tricky one with him. It is a tricky one because I do think he's just a tricky player. He's one of those tricky ones. I'm not sold completely, but at the same time, I can see that this guy is a decent player if given the opportunity to do so. So it just kind of depends on him, really, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm looking at top players and their pass combinations, and these are all Opta stats. So just if anyone wants to check it out, it's quite interesting though, because we speak about obviously balls into him and that link-up play. The player to do it most, which really kind of suggests kind of he's probably obviously the coach on the pitch, and that's Henderson. Henderson's the player to make the most passes into him, so his pass combinations, which is 5.
Okay.
This is 5.
Okay.
You look at Trent, Salah, it's only 1 pass to Nunez the whole game. Which is really telling you, you know, that Thiago with 3, Bobby with 4. These are players that, do you know what I mean, we associate with having high IQs. Do you know what I mean? Really good footballers. Maybe like with Henderson, maybe not the most technical. But we're talking about a player that obviously understands what Klopp wants. Klopp speaks to him, as you said, takes him aside and tells him, look, this is what we need. And he's leading from the front. And I think what really kind of, when you look at Henderson's actually the player to make the most passes in the game. The most passes in the game, most touches in the game. So if we go and have a look, with passes, Henderson's made 80 passes out of 95. Declan Rice comes in at second with 76 out of 80, and we'll get on to Declan Rice's performance. I think it was ridiculous. I think it was ridiculous today.
He was man of the match. He was man of the match.
He deserved it as well. Ridiculous.
Yeah, let's play on the pitch.
Verge is third at 72. Then it's Tilo Kehrer at 66. Thiago's at 65 at 71. So what's really interesting, and we're starting to see now, is Thiago's becoming, when Henderson's playing anyway, he becomes the deepest man in midfield.
Yeah.
But he's not actually getting on the ball and dictating the pass. It's actually Henderson getting on the ball, and we're relying on Henderson to dictate the tempo of a game, which is ironic, because why have we got Thiago in the team for?
We would have thought that it would be the other way around, that it would be Thiago would be the guy dictating as opposed to Hendo, but maybe that's just Klopp saying, you know, it works best that way. Maybe he wants Henderson sitting a lot deeper purely just for the fact of his energy and stuff like that, because Thiago can kind of get about a bit more, even though I don't really think he can. He can really, to be fair. That's not his game anyway.
Yeah.
It's a tricky one.
A lot of people here is talking about, obviously, Henderson. Big up Marquet and building Marquet saying, look, just me, who thought Henderson was quite poor today, technically couldn't keep his position. I mean, we're saying that, but he kept possession really well. And I know...
I don't think he was poor.
What I'm saying is, like, I think it's an easy scapegoat. I think when you look at the stats, you realize, his influence was bigger than Thiago's on the game.
Yeah. Facts.
Do you know what I mean? In terms of, I'm looking at the numbers, the pressing stats, the passing stats, it's actually better. He's actually had a better game. But because on the eye, it doesn't look as nice and appealing, we're thinking, this, that, he's made a misplaced pass. Thiago made a couple misplaced passes. I remember he got the ball, and there was a period when him and Salah were proper sloppy on the pitch. Sloppy, like towards the end of that first half, or was it the second half at the beginning, where we just kept losing the ball, and Declan Rice started to get a hold of the game.
First half towards the end, those last 5 minutes was a bit like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah, we're looking here. I mean, attacking third passes, we don't associate this with Jordan Henderson, but he's made 18 out of 25.
How many did Thiago make?
13.
Wow.
So for me, it's like, it's one of those ones where, why is he not? We need, like, I know we're all for, I mean, Henderson's had a poor game, or he shouldn't be starting. But if he's putting up these numbers ahead of Thiago, who we're saying is a mainstay, how can he come out of the team? How can I look at that? And if we were Klopp and Pep Linders and we get these stats, how can we warrant not playing Henderson on top of the leadership qualities that he's got when you think about it?
And you know that we're a team who the coaches like the numbers game, you know what I mean, the data kind of thing. So when they see things like this, you know, it's gonna, and we saw, you know, we'll get onto it, but we saw with Fabinho when he came on the pitch how absolutely shockingly poor he was when he played as well. So it's a tricky one, man. I think what's happening is something that you mentioned before the game, in the preview, about the Klopp and the rhythm, changing the team too much. Obviously, how they not supposed to get any rhythm, but against certain opponents, certain players have to play, because we're seeing it here. I don't think Hendo, if I don't think Hendo could have played against Manchester or started against Manchester City, and we would have got the same effect as we did with Thiago and Fabinho in there, as opposed to tonight we had Thiago and Hendo, and then we saw when Fabinho came on, absolutely shocking. That was disgusting. Like he was getting bypassed, like he wasn't even there. Like half the time.
I don't know who was on that right side. I think it was Downs.
Yeah,
but Downs went and dropped the shoulder on Fabinho.
Oh, and then the ball just, oh my days, Jerry, bro. That was like, what? I was like, what is this? And the thing is, it wasn't like, Jerry, it wasn't even like the shoulder drop was so mad that you're gonna be like, oh my days, yeah, that was it, bro. It was slow, like you even saw the ball rolling down the line, and I was like, Fabinho, what's going on, bro? Like, are you?
No,
are you
it wasn't like he didn't even get a touch on him. It was just like he couldn't get to him.
He couldn't get there. He couldn't get there. It was like me trying to. It's like me trying to play 90 minutes tomorrow and trying to come up against a guy who's been banging it out all season, bro. I can't get
sharp.
There.
You know, like sharp.
Yeah,
it's like, bro, I'm not sharp like this. Like, you know what I mean? This little drop on the shoulder is just leaving you. Do you get it? Like,
leaving me, bro. It will leave, man, easily, and I'll know it in my heart of hearts. Like I'm not getting there, so I don't know why I'm even trying. But you're gonna still try it. And it just look. It was a very shocking performance from Flacco, man. I was quite surprised by that. Still, quite surprised.
Yeah, it's mad. I mean, when you look at it, but just to kind of summarize, and guys, if you want the stats, please let me know. What we can do is get a short out with all the stats. And we can put that out for you guys. Obviously, because it's a tactics board, we've done it straight after the game. It's difficult to get all the data out onto the platform. So, yeah, I mean, but we can get that out for you, not to worry. But I'm looking here just to summarize, obviously, about Henderson. Attacking third passes, he had more. He created the same amount of chances as Henderson. We've got to remember that long pass from Thiago was a chance. So, still got to give him props for that. But I'm looking here, and ball recoveries, Henderson's got more than Thiago. So he's doing more of that work. Tackles, 3 out of 3 tackles. So he's doing more than, doing more than Thiago. And we're looking at it now, and look, Thiago's made one more interception with 2 out of 1. We go and look at not clearances. Let's go and see. Foul suffered. And this, fouls given away and fouls committed. Who gave away the most fouls today? Thiago.
He did. I was watching him in that first half, and I was like, bro, you need to stop doing these silly fouls, man. Because one, you're gonna get a yellow card if you're not careful. Because the referee might, you've done 2 in quick succession as well. In that first half, and I was thinking, between him and Souček, I was thinking one of them's getting a yellow card if they make another tackle again so quickly, kind of thing.
Exactly, which is mad. I mean, another person I wanted to kind of talk about, and I don't know, give me your opinion, G, is Gomez.
Oh.
I've been waxing lyrical about this brother ever since his performance against City. To be fair, since Rangers, since he played at right back, I was like, look, he's got to play at right back. Played at centre back, impressed me highly. Coming into this game, starts off decent. We're on the ball, same type of thing, and then he does the madness with that penalty. Now I know people are saying, look, Tsimikas shouldn't have dived in or went out, and Tsimikas left him, but Gomez got there. He got to the man, hence why he fouled him. Bowen or whoever it was back to go as well, and the ball's in the air.
Yeah.
Surely you just marshal him out. Like I don't see, like, he's got to play at right back. He's got to play at right back. Like, I've actually come to the conclusion is, look, he can do a job at centre back 100%, but surely he can't play at centre back like long term. And we've got to kind of dampen our expectations on what could be. There's a lot of people talking about, look, Gomez and Van Dijk, they can run 18, 19 back and did it. I don't know what you think on it, but I was when I think that performance at all, considering what performance he had against City, and the fact we knew this game was going to be a tight game. Do you get it? So
I think when you look at someone like Gomez, like these last, did he play against Rangers? He did, didn't it?
Yeah, remember he played that ball into Bobby, the assist.
Oh, okay, cool. So So we're looking at these last 3 games, yeah. So you say one was decent, one was really good, and this one was shit. So, you know, you're kind of in the middle with someone like Gomez. I think you're right. He does need to stay at right back, because I think at right back, those mistakes that you do, like they just, it's not as effective as they are at centre back. And he has that in his game, quite rash, you know, going in for challenges that he doesn't always need to go in for. Like, I don't really know what he was thinking about when he made that challenge with Bowen. You know, it did not make any sense, man. Like, you didn't need to. Bowen was going away from goal. It's not like he was right in on goal and you had to make a tackle and cool, yeah, you make the tackle. Bro, he was going away from goal. He was going away from goal. And to be honest, from that point on, Gomez was bloody shaky. Then when Antonio came on and Gmwk in the second half then upped his game, yeah, you started to, and I said it before the game, Gmwk could be a guy in that first 40 minutes, and it was literally up until they had the penalty, we were on top. But I just felt from that point on, we were just, it was just backs to the wall stuff. And Gmwk started coming into the game a bit more. His movement was good. He was getting in behind a little bit more. Then Antonio came on. And then you start seeing Antonio again causing the whole back line just issues.
You know what? Speaking of Antonio, don't you think Antonio and Nunez have a lot of similarities?
Yeah.
A lot of similarities where their raw ability and just will to just win and just do something just creates havoc. Like we saw, even he's running through, he does like a chop, but he bundles over and then he like reaches his left leg. Pardon me.
But no one can get the ball off him, though. Nobody got the ball off him.
That's my point, because he's wamped himself up.
Yeah.
To the point where he's just a specimen. It's like, Rob, what do you do? And he would have been a bit aggrieved not starting, because he's always caused us issues. He's always caused us issues.
I think he was upset he didn't start, to be fair. It looked like it anyway, from what they were saying anyway. Like
Did you see what he done to Robertson on the wing as well?
Bro, forget what he's doing to Robertson. Look what he's doing, just as you said, with that run. My man got tackled and still nobody was able to take the ball off. It was like you saw it. Trent, the more we keep talking about Trent, it just annoys me sometimes, because, you know, I don't want to get onto him. But, bro, like, what are you doing, my guy? Like, get the ball. Like, it's like you got shook. It's exactly like you got shook. And then you didn't want to take the ball off him for whatever reason. It's like he growled at you and you said, oh, shit. Let me just, like a bear just growling at you. And you're like, oh, let me just, you know what I'm saying? Let me just step off a little piece. And then, you know, he carried on. But, you know, it's that kind of player, which, as you know, I have to admit, is a bit like a Nunez, where you're so unorthodox that I don't even know what you're going to do next. So I'm scared maybe if I do close you down, you might just chop it the other way.
Do you know what I compare it to? I don't know if anyone's like played like 5-a-side goals or whatever, but like in the league, and you come up against a team where they're so awkward and they're so bad that, you know, you might do a step over and naturally you're expecting the brother to go and fake the way that you're the opposite
but
way.
They don't,
but because he doesn't move the way a normal defender would. He's in the position like you're thinking, right, it's actually harder to get around him. Like you're doing the fake pass and he's not even falling for the fake.
Yeah.
He's not even falling for the fake.
That's
so all of a sudden it's like, hold on, like I'm not playing as well. And that's what it seems like he's going and doing, man. So it's mad. Someone else, I don't know, I wanted you to kind of, I don't know, touch on him. Is obviously we spoke about the left side, the injury to Jota, injuries to Diaz. There was a lot of discussion of who plays there, right? Carvalho's played there today. I know John spoke about, look, Liverpool got to trust Carvalho a bit more. What did you make of his performance, like, before we get into his stats and all that type of stuff?
He started off quite poorly, in my opinion. Bowen had the beating of him. Unfortunately, as much as I really wanted him to play, he's not a winger. He can't play on the wing for Liverpool. Not the way that, you know, that we require our wingers to play. He's not dynamic enough. He's very good on the ball, so he would have to be in central areas. And when he did move into central areas, he started picking up the ball a bit more. He started getting into good pockets of spaces. And I thought, okay, cool. Now we're kind of seeing the better version of Fabio Carvalho. When you put him out wide, he's just like Salah. Those guys can't play there. there. Well, not anymore. Not the Salah of now. Anyway, they can't play there anymore. You know, he's not a left winger. He just gets isolated out there half the time. He's not that great defensively, but I don't even get onto him really for the defensive side. It's just more you just get put out there and you're not really doing anything. Like you're getting beat by players. You know, because you're not strong. You're not. He's really lightweight, as I can see, which I didn't really know too tough. But you're not really doing anything out on that wing, bro. Like you need to be in the middle of the pitch where you can affect play a bit more. So I think, not the greatest performance from Carvalho. Did grow into the game a bit more, but, maybe he needs a bit more time there. I don't know. But yeah, I wouldn't trust him to put play out there. No,
yeah, for me, it's the strength and the speed as well. You've got to have one or the other. You have to. And that's what worries me. I mean, look, he's playing in there and he comes in the central areas. The problem you've got when you come in those central areas, especially where he's playing deeper, if you compare him to at Fulham he's higher up the pitch where he can go and take more of those risks. And if he loses the ball, it's not as big of an issue, really. He lost the ball a lot in deep areas where against the City, against the Real Madrid, like we faced in the Champions League, in the top level games, that's where they go and kill you. That's where they go and kill you. Those are the situations where it's like, oh, they're on the break, cool, and they've scored now. And he's got pie on his face. And for me, I mean, I'm looking at the graphic now, and I wish I could show you guys, but his heat map, he's so central. He's so central. And part of it is a comfort zone thing because he can link up with things. We don't need our wingers to become. We need them to stretch the pitch as much as possible because it's easier to defend. And what we saw was a lot of that good link-up play actually happened from on the right side. We saw Salah, Bobby coming in there doing the little 1-2s early in the first half. Really, really good play. Down the left, we didn't really get that.
We wouldn't have.
And I don't know whether it was because of Thiago's influence, potentially not getting in the game as much on the ball, which meant that Carvalho suffers as well. Maybe it was Tsimikas. It's just a difficult one. I didn't see that same type of interplay down that side.
Having Tsimikas and Carvalho for me is not a good option at all. I don't think it ever would be anyway because of the types of players they are. Tsimikas is very, decent going forward, not that great coming back, and he can get caught out quite a bit in games as well, just because sometimes he just loses a bit of concentration. And then when you've got Carvalho, someone, as you said, the heat map showing that he wanted to come in more centrally, that then causes a problem because Thiago can't always get out. And if Thiago doesn't get out into that left-hand side, it does leave that left-hand side quite open, especially if, like I said, Tsimikas is bombing forward and stuff like that. You've now just got a gap down that left-hand channel. So, it's a tricky one. I wouldn't personally have a Tsimikas and Carvalho combination. I would rather have, if it's going to be Carvalho on that left-hand side, you have to have Robbo there just for the defensive security. But, having Tsimikas plus Carvalho on that left-hand side, personally, I just don't think it works. And, if you're saying that the heat map showing that he likes to come centrally, as you said, it is a comfort zone. That is his natural position, to play behind the striker. Anyway, we saw it at Fulham. That's where he played best. That's where he works best. And I don't think when you stick him out on the wing, I just don't think it works, really at all, man. He just kind of lost there. Bobby, another one as well. He was quite quiet today from what I can remember.
Yeah, I mean, look, good little flicks and stuff. Had the chance from Henderson where Henderson got. We talk about Henderson. Henderson's the one that, to be fair, getting forward, crossing the pass. When you think about that pass, came from Henderson.
Good pass. Good pass.
Missed that chance, which obviously we look at. I want to talk about a guy before we head into do player ratings and head into it. I think we've kind of analysed the game quite well. We'll speak about it generally as well. People are talking about Jones. Now, John, the second here, big up John, he's saying, look, we need to shot Jones in the summer. It's done. Jairana is backing up by saying, bro, I've been saying Jones ain't the guy for a while now. Man's are too attached to meatiness. What did you think of Jones's little cameo? Because me personally...
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you think of his cameo?
Obviously, I'm a big Jones supporter. I don't think it's a game where you can really base it off. I mean, you look there and he made 5 ball recoveries and 5 tackles. So he's up there in terms of, the pressing game was on point. He won the game a lot. his obviously shot was blocked by Fabianski as well. That was going in save. He's come on playing left mid, and he just seemed that he looked like a tidy player. I don't know how else to judge that performance. I can't say whether off this performance, whether you think about in general, whether you think, oh, Jones should be shot or not is a different question. But looking at this performance, did you see anything there that made you think, no, this guy's poor?
Not to think that this guy is poor, but it just didn't really get, for me, it wasn't really in the game like that. But then again, that comes down to Klopp's subs and the whole team just kind of looking crap when those substitutions were made. Like, you know, we were just such a poor team when he made those subs. But we'll get on. I want to get on to Klopp's in-game management anyway. But Jones was, to me, that just sounds like it was like everywhere in terms of the performance itself was kind of just like, you can't judge it because, yeah, he made 5 ball recoveries. But at the same time, I don't really feel like going forward, he offered us anything at all. But then he has a shot that saved. So then I'm like, okay, because if he scores
and he had that pass for Salah, that little cute pass inside where he's played the pass on Salah's turn. And I don't know if he got shot or blocked or whatever, but he did have that. But I mean, one thing I want to say though is for the subs that came on, the fact that Milner went into the corner and was holding up the ball, I think there's an instruction from the team. I think we might as well just segue into it now. You're talking obviously about Klopp's in-game management. What did you make of it?
Out of 10, I would probably give it like a 3 because I agree with what you're saying. Yes, there had to have been some type of instruction that West Ham are getting on top of us at this present moment in time. We need to just hold it down a little bit. You guys are going to come on and kind of maybe just calm it down a little bit on the pitch. But it's like the total opposite happened. You know, West Ham were just overrunning us. You know, it didn't work. Like, he makes too many of these substitutions. Like, maybe if you do it one by one, or maybe when you wait until for us to get another goal. So, for example, keeping Nunez on the pitch, I felt that was imperative. That was so imperative for us going forward because he was really our only outlet. As soon as you put Salah in the middle, which obviously we all want to see, we want to see Salah play through the middle, that's fine. But when you put Salah through the middle, but then you're bringing on, you got to remember, you're putting Salah through the middle, but bringing on James Milner and Fabinho. So the reality is now, once you've brought on those 2 players with Hendo still on the pitch, you've literally changed the entire kind of the impetus that we're supposed to now have. Whereas when you didn't have those players on the pitch, it was more about, okay, let's get the ball to Nunez or get the ball to the front players at least, and then we can work it from there. Now it was more about, let's just try and keep it stable in the middle. But then what you're starting to see is West Ham are starting to overrun that midfield all of a sudden. Jones, you know, they're coming into a game that's quite fast paced at this present moment in time. Jones just come back from injury, couldn't really keep up on that side. Fabinho, I don't know what was going on there with Fabinho. Could not keep up to save his life. So I just felt that with the subs that West Ham they had made, it worked. He did those subs. They were perfect subs. You brought on pace, skill, trickery with Said Berama. Then you bring on brute, just force and strength. An unorthodox player in Antonio.
I've got to say I don't know how he became a baller, you know.
Oh, bro. Remember, he used to be like a right back, a right wing back, and this guy is he's just everywhere, man. He's just everywhere, bro. But like when it's just it was just weird. Like in my opinion, you could have made those subs, but you would have had to have made those specific subs that you make those at 2-0 when the team, like, keep the same team on until you get that second goal. And if you can see that there's certain players like Robbo coming on for Simi, that's fine. I didn't mind that. That was a fine sub to make. But you're bringing on James Milner and then you're bringing on Fabinho, and you just change the nucleus of the team. Now West Ham even might just look at it and think, perfect. This is absolutely perfect. Thiago off, Nunez off. That's fantastic because those two are ripping us up anyway. We finally got their skillful player in the middle off the pitch. They've got no skill, no technical ability now in that middle of the pitch, so to speak, kind of thing. So now it's all about, as long as we stop Hendo from really doing what he was doing, we're good to go. Fabinho's not going to do it now. Milner's definitely not going to do it now.
Yeah. Do you think maybe Klopp done that on purpose and stuck Salah up top, thinking we're going to sit back, and if they come out, we're going to try to catch them on the counter.
Yeah,
and that's what it looked like to me, because
100%.
What you did, you got players that are neat and tidy. Like Jones didn't give the ball away.
Yeah,
Milner didn't really. Not that I remember, didn't even mad to give the ball away.
Yeah, no, I didn't even play mad.
That's my point. I think it was all just negating risk, just trying to get the points over the board. And I agree. I think we did lose control of the game, but was that by design? Was that you know, Burnley lose control of the game by saying, you know what, you guys have the ball, we're going to go and sit back, and we're going to defend. You think about it, if we got Gomez at right back, Benrahma doesn't skin Trent the way he did. I'm not even going to go and speak about Trent today because I've
given up now. I've given up.
There's a couple times I'm seeing him in midfield.
Bro, did you see one of the skins though? Did you see like what he just? It's like he walked into the box after he skinned him. I was like, bro.
Yeah,
like,
and not only that, then it was just there was one of the bits where he's got the ball and he's linked up with Hendo, but he's ran past Hendo into the midfield, and Hendo turns round, and Benrahma's free, and Hendo starts doing a little jog back. We managed to win the ball back, but I was like, this brother is just.
He definitely. I think with Trent, what he needs is to start understanding that maybe I need to start doing the defensive side more often, because you saw in the first half anyway, even the fact that he didn't get forward as much as he loves to do, but he was still, like you saw, there was an overlapping run that he made. I can't remember who passed it to him, and then he fired a cross into the box, and obviously Fabianski then caught it. No problem. On another day, you whip that in, Darwin Nunez scores. Not a problem. Like that's what you now you actually, as silly as this sounds, you actually just need to play right back instead of right wing back now. If Klopp's going to persist with playing you there, obviously I prefer if putting Gomez there instead, and then if you want to have Trent on the pitch, then you're going to have to play him like right midfield instead, then, because you can't keep him there against anybody else. I promise you, if Benrahma had started that game, it would have been a whole different type of ball game, like in terms of West Ham going forward.
Yeah, what worries me as well is that, look, in his past game, yes, obviously we got a clean sheet today, but since Gomez's introduction at right back, we haven't considered a chance down our right side like that.
Yeah, I don't think
it was down the left. It was it was down our left, really, where you know they're catching gaps or through the middle or whatnot. Down that right, it was solid. I look at Trent coming on, and straight away it's like he's the trigger. He's the trigger
against Manchester. And I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to get onto him, but I was going to mention this in our review of the game. When Trent came on against Manchester City, Foden puts the ball, like he skins Trent, gets in behind him, he puts the ball in. Haaland was this close from getting on the end of that 1-1 easy. That's it. Game all of a sudden, now everything you've worked for was as soon as Trent came on that football pitch. And I was watching because I said, you know, let me watch Trent. Maybe he's just going to keep up the same kind of level that Milner had when he was playing. He's been watching the game now.
Switched on.
Switched on. I just thought maybe he can see. He must be able to understand the situation in terms of the game. We just need the win. We don't even need to score again. Just need the win. Please just stay switched on, brother. He just got turned, and as you said, it's funny you mentioned that because now I'm thinking about it. They must have looked at him and thought he's the trigger. When Trent comes on their pitch now, let's fuck with him. Let's fuck with him. Let's honestly fuck with him. Let's go down that side now and put him under pressure. He's under pressure anyway, so let's put him under a bit more pressure. Foden, boom, whips a beautiful ball in. Beautiful ball in. Like I said, there was two players in the box at the time. Our centre backs they couldn't get it. They were in a position where they wouldn't have made that ball. It was literally Haaland and I think it was Gundogan at the time, maybe someone else, literally this close from getting on the end of that game done. All of a sudden now we're walking away with a point instead of 3. And I just thought, I'm not going to say nothing because no one's mentioning it. So I'm not going to be the one to mention it and seem like I'm the hater. So I'm just going to keep quiet. But then we're seeing again today, you know, Benrahma comes on. When Barama comes on the pitch, someone who's another skillful, so to speak, skillful winger, he came on the pitch. All of a sudden now, the game kind of changes a little bit, and you're like, all right, fair enough. But then Barama starts to grow into the game. Once he grows into the game, all of a sudden now Trent's not looking like the same as he was in that first half. And I was just like, all right, Trent, okay, we don't want to spend time getting onto you, but you're doing things that are just silly now. And then obviously the whole Antonio thing just pissed me off even more, because I was just like, bro, like, come on, man. Like you're I don't know, man. I don't know.
On top of that, it's what I don't really like is I don't like these spamming of these passes anymore.
Yeah, man. It's too much.
Like he's doing it and actually giving away a lot of the ball. Like I was seeing you're just spreading a long pass, but our players aren't reaching them. Like, and what it is that, yeah, he'll play a pass like 3 times in the game. You're like, yes, that's the right pass to play. But the other 6 times, you're just smashing the ball and just hitting it. Just hitting it. And it's like, I'm starting to get frustrated from it from an attacking sense. And John II obviously saying, times like this, I wish we had Steve Finnan. Listen.
I'll be real. I'll be so real. That's why I put this comment up. I'll be honest. There's times when I'm sitting there thinking, you know what? A Steve Finnan wouldn't even be... he was a good right back anyway, but a Steve Finnan wouldn't even be a problem right for us right now. Because he had enough energy to get up the field. Obviously, nowhere near the technical ability of Trent Alexander-Arnold, obviously. But boy, like sometimes when you just need someone with a tad bit more composure, someone who is just defensively switched on at times, and that is where Trent just lacks at times, man. It does bug me. It does, and it worries me because, we might be fine on Sunday or Saturday whenever we're playing against Nottingham Forest. I don't know who their left winger is. Might be that Johnson guy. He might try float, or Dennis. He might try float over if Dennis floats over to the left, that will cause a problem because Dennis is very direct. He's someone who wants to get at his fullbacks, get at his centre back. So if it is him on that left hand side, that may or may not cause a problem. It might be that Ben. Is it Ben? No, not Ben Johnson. Who's the curly light skin guy? Sutton Johnson, I think. Can't remember his name though.
Oh, Brennan. No,
Brennan. Is it Brennan Johnson?
Of Nottingham Forest, yeah, there's the attacker. Brennan.
Yeah. Sometimes he likes to float out also to the left-hand side. He plays a bit more centrally, but he'll float out to that side as well. They're going to look at Trent as a trigger. They're going to look at Trent as a weak point, as we know in game. So, yeah, it's something that we definitely need to think on. I don't think Konate is back until a little while now, so it's going to have to be Trent at right back, but maybe even James Milner at this point, boy, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see, man. Before we get the callers on, guys, I've put the link. I've pinned it up, guys. So as I said, this is a chance for you guys to have your say. We'll try to do this every match reaction. We're gonna try to. This is a show for you guys. If you guys don't like it or we don't get enough callers, I've always said we'll stop it. We'll stop it because you guys are just showing that you don't want it. Look, big up to everyone that's tuning in. Please make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe. Means a lot. Before we get the callers on, though, Alison.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Listen, we'd actually be languishing down in wherever West Ham are at this present moment in time, bro. Without him, and you know what? I said that Mo Salah is still my favorite player. But if I have to talk about who the most important player for Liverpool since Jurgen Klopp has come in and who the cog of the team actually is, it has to be Alison, It has to be Alison, bro. Because obviously we had Carriers before, Millionaire before, and all these other Dowie keepers after Pepe Reina. But Alison is just, it's getting dumb now. It's getting too dumb. It's actually getting dumb. You're pulling off save after save after fucking save, bro. And you are literally saving us. That any other keeper, Kelleher, whoever you want to put in there, bro, we're losing that game. We're actually losing the game. Don't save the penalty, and he doesn't save Souček's shot in that second half. All of a sudden.
God forbid we had Adrian. God forbid we had Adrian in goal.
Oh, Lord have mercy. Lord
West Ham, welcome home and homecoming.
Jerry, it's becoming ridiculous, bro. I don't know if I'm worried more at the fact that he is becoming too vital. That does worry me. I don't feel like because I always look at keepers and people always like, you know, when we talk about who's the best keeper in the Premier League, and obviously you're going to say certain other keepers like your Peter Cechs, your Schmeichels, your Van der Sars, and people of that kind of ilk who I think deserve to be up there. And I still think Ali deserves to be up there. But then I look at those three players that I just named. Their defense wasn't putting them in sticky situations like the way that Alison has been put in sticky situations.
Yeah.
So you only ever saw them be good when they had to be good. Bro, Alison's becoming good every game, bro. Like, I don't need this every game. I don't need you to pull off a worldie every game.
Bro, it's becoming a joke, and it's like we're getting into that territory where, you know, where De Gea was just so good for so long.
Oh, yes.
And then all of a sudden you just slumps, and you're like, bro, why did you slump? And it's like, bro, have you not seen what I've been doing for bare years? And I'm the one who kept our heads above water. And I don't want that to be with Liverpool, you know, where
I feel like that will happen with
performances are being sacrificed with us languishing, challenging for top 4. The time comes that, Alison, we need you to step up in the Champions League final and that. And of course, he's done it, but in like 5 years or so, and he just can't perform. And we'll be sitting there thinking, bro, what have we done? Because that's what we're doing with De Gea right now.
Oh, fact, look at him.
De Gea. It's crazy.
Man's all letting shots bounce through his hand and stuff.
That's what
like,
I'm saying.
Crazy,
what can you say to him? He's been too good. He's been
100%.
too good, which is mad. Let me run through some of the comments and we'll get the callers in. John Paqueta saying Nunez has a bit of structure to his game tonight, or had a bit of structure. Yeah, he did. He did. I think he was just calmer. He started the game. So yeah, Zabiri saying Wagwan, G and Jerry, 3 in a row in all comps. Are we on the up or just the third charm? We'll have to go and see. We'll have to wait and see. Voice of Reason, big up, saying making 3 subs before 60 minutes killed momentum and control. We've got Panov Scouse saying Nunez should have stayed on for at least another 10 minutes. Yeah, I do think he came off a bit early, but that suggests to me he starts against Nottingham Forest.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah, he starts. Yeah, so John then saying, guess we need a winger in January. Yeah, we're probably going to need one. We're going to need one. Jairana saying, in regards to Carvalho, he's not a left winger, man. We'll always drift central because he would prefer number 10 role. Yeah, I need a bit of structure to his game, innit, if he's playing out there. Because
that's very true. He kept naturally gravitating in that middle position.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was saying to Jerry, Jerry needs to take him to the gym with him. Like, he's getting bounced about, bro. Jerry, bro, when you next go to the gym, just...
You know what? I had to shout him next time he touches Ballum, innit? Next time he touches Ballum.
Yeah, because he's not far from us, bro.
Yeah, I need to just pick him up. Michael Corleone, big up, saying G equals if Carlsberg made bottom red. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he told me that on Twitter. I was like, yeah, of course, bro. You know I'm a bottom red for life, baby.
You need to get that tattooed, innit? You never.
Yeah, bro, I'm gonna have to.
Forever bottom red. They said that you'll never walk alone. Forever bottom red.
Forever bottom red. Come on, boy. FBR settings, man. FBR
settings. Then saying Trent looks at AJ after he got KO'd by Ruiz. Pure PTSD and vulnerable. He's looking vulnerable.
Have you touched on Trent?
Yeah, we touched on everyone. We was about to get the callers in, man. We touched on everyone.
Cool. You know what? He did well up until that last 20. Then did you see when Romz just spun him, bro? I was like,
we said the worst thing about it. It wasn't a pace situation, you know.
Exactly.
It was just a step over. And do you always? I could tell. Do you know what he was doing when he got the ball, and he did this. The ball's touched. Trent's come to him, and he stepped twice to the left. So he's facing Trent up, and he stepped twice. And Trent stumbled backwards, and I was like, "Eee!" I was like, "Man hasn't gone anywhere. He hasn't gone anywhere. He just stepped twice, and then cut back inside and played the ball to Rice." I was like, "He's sizing you up, you know. This is before he got skinned." I was like, "He's sizing you up because Elliot covered him."
Listen, certain man. some of these players, not just Trent as well. There's a few of them. Some of these players, bro, you can't take these man 5'7" aside, bro. You'll get embarrassed, boy. You'll actually get embarrassed, you know. Man on the cages and that be slamming the kick, bro.
Yeah,
it'll be long for you.
Listen, I told you guys about a specific former LFC player coming goals, man. Goals in Eltham, and people saying, "Rah!" Do you know what I mean?
Hey, the streets ain't for everybody, man.
LFC, yeah, LFC.
The streets ain't for everybody, man.
It's peak. Jairon, a big up Jairon as well, tuning in, saying, my man loves spanning the crossfield switch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does. Angel 1968, Abel, big up, saying the team was tired, Trent wasn't good. John Burkett saying, sign as give Palace 40 million plus Jones.
I love the way you still call him that. We were so used to calling him that. It just rolls off the tongue. I said John Burkett.
Yeah, it's true.
You must be sad today, John.
I'm sad he didn't come on.
He's injured. He has a shoulder.
He's injured. He wasn't even in the team. He wasn't even in the team.
Oh, right. Okay, I didn't even realize. First. Angel then saying, obviously, having Jota and Diaz out isn't looking too good. No, it isn't. And we can't have, obviously, we can't have Carvalho playing out wide consistently.
But then who plays out wide? Who plays out wide?
I said, I don't know, get someone with pace. Who in the academy's got pace?
Yeah, but now look. Now we're trying to go to the. You know what, Ben Doak? that there's a guy for you. There's someone we might.
What will Klopp do to him? G.
Turn him into a DM, bro. You already know. Exactly. Start turning into a central midfield or some shit.
Exactly, man. Cool. We're gonna get the first caller in, man. Big up to everyone that's tuning in. It's looking like this might be the last call-in show, guys. We've got two individuals. People don't want to call-in show. We gave them what they promised. You know what I mean? And they turn up to the stall. So we'll have to wait and see. But big up to the people tuning in anyway. We got John Paqueta himself. What's going on, John, man?
Yo, what's going on, guys? You good?
Right up from another. You telling me, bro?
Good win. I thought I think the standout player for me was Nunez, surprisingly enough.
Right. Okay. John Nunez.
I mean, he's like, the thing is, he's the most confusing player I've ever come across in my life of watching football. Because it's like, he's not my type of striker, and it's like he does things like it's just so weird. It's weird. But he had a good game today. He had a good game. He had me off my seat and everything. So yeah, it was decent.
By the way, Rigi's also done that in some games too. But yeah, sorry.
Yeah, this is the thing. This is the
you
thing.
had to, G, innit? You had to.
But even just to touch on your, I thought your Alison, your Alison point was quite key as well, because the thing is, I think, and you know what the scary thing with Alison is, he's still young for a goalkeeper, because you know goalkeepers, as they get older, they last longer in the game, innit? And he's only touched 30, so. But I feel like his performances have been going up since what's his name? Claudio, is it Tarafel? I don't know how you say his name. I think ever since he's come into the goalkeeping staff, Alisson's performances have actually leveled up a bit. And our man's saving penalties. Like, Alison never used to save penalties. Like, never. So, yeah, he's becoming a vital player in the team now. And, it's a good win. I'm not going to get carried away with it. I mean, we've got Forest on the weekend, and that's still a big test as well. And this, obviously, despite how anyone thinks about Forest being in the bottom, they still have a lot. They'll probably still feel like they have a lot to prove. So, and they have one of our old strikers as well. What's his name? I can't even spell it. I know it's Taiwo. I'll just call it Taiwo right now.
Awanini,
yeah. And he's a clever striker. And obviously, I think Emmanuel Dennis plays for Forest now.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, just to touch on him, I think me personally, that's a player I would have probably taken in the summer. Give it. I know maybe like standards are not as high, but given the way our club likes to be stingy and whatnot, you already know. I think he would have been a decent option for what we're going through now. That makes sense. So, given what he did for Watford, now we move. Decent result.
Even just listening to you there, like it's. Let's say, okay, all us four sitting here right now, is it because we had high expectations after the Manchester City game? So that when
I didn't have any high expectations, to be honest.
I mean, you know me, man, I ain't got no high expectations for this club. But, you know, in terms of just like in terms of in terms of just the team in itself, the performance wise, at least, did we not all think that we would at least not even the same performance? Because brother, that's not going to happen, man, against everyone. But at least just better than what we saw today, basically.
No, I expected it's still a tough game because if you look at the recent results we've had against West Ham, we've just scraped a win, especially
Very
at
true.
home.
Very true.
So
Very true.
I think that today was another one of those results where we just scraped it. I think if this is obviously just my personal opinion. I think if Paqueta was in the game today, I think that would have gave West Ham another outlet of creativity for them to even like really gun home.
Of course you would say that.
No, but it's true because if you look at Scamacca, he wasn't being fed properly, and you know if Scamacca is going to be fed, he will finish. He will dispatch.
Yeah. You know what it is, John? They've got a good young player. I watched him a bit at Swansea. I knew him before he came West Ham, called Flynn Downs. But what tonight showed me that he's not ready for the big occasion yet, because the Conference League games and some of the Prem games, he comes on and he has an impact. But one, it's a big game for him, and two, even starting, because he doesn't start for them. He normally like how Carvalho, he gets introduced. But yeah, you're right. Like Scamacca's service was very limited, and the occasion got to Flynn. But he's a great player, man. He's one to watch.
That's funny. It's even funny you mentioned Carvalho because I just feel throughout the game, I know he was drifting into the center because obviously him playing left wing is not his natural, which I don't blame Carvalho for. I'm also just blaming that on the recruitment and Klopp for playing players out of position. But I just feel like there was times where Carvalho was making like decent runs where I thought like there was times where Henderson had the ball and you could see Carvalho was like wanting the ball, and I'm thinking, bro, like Carvalho can just give him the ball, like man will do his thing, like you just gotta trust the guy because he's got the talent. He's got the talent to. You see the Fulham Carvalho if the team gives him at least the benefit of the doubt. Like, okay, cool. In certain situations, I feel. But I do hear you lot in regards to obviously Carvalho definitely needs to bulk up and hit gym because he gets bounced off the ball way too easily. It kind of reminds me a bit of maybe
want you kenke and some fufu or something, man. Like the way you're
some hard food, bro. Some hard food.
Gari or something. You know what I mean?
Oh, rice and peas, some dumplings, some. You know what I'm saying? Like I need some oxtail or whatever. I don't know, boy, but he needs that.
My Ghanaian friend tells me something. You will know it, Jerry. I've never had it, but apparently it makes you strong. A gege bread. A gege bread.
Bro, give him, just because obviously, players, I know they can't have too much carbs. Maybe, but give him some bread. I promise you.
Man said, a gege bread. You know the loaf is like this. And what they do to eat the whole loaf? They squash it together. Squash it together like this, and then you eat it. But it's a massive loaf of bread. I'm gonna get a picture for the man. Them.
Yeah, but nah, Carvalho definitely needs it for sure. So, yeah,
he's moving.
You know what? Like, I was confident before the game, but we need to remember we got the win. That's the main thing. But I just feel like the win's been taken out of my cells. That I'm a bit discouraged by that performance. Like, I was encouraged, but now I just feel a bit how I felt before the City game. That I'm just not confident now because it's like I think we played very well. I think
it was because when the subs came on, I didn't really agree with the timing of the subs as well.
But you know what is, John? For me, it was you've got to give Klopp credit and criticism at the same time because the first batch of subs, I'm sorry, we always looked like we were scoring until them three came off. They were our best. They were our most three influential players, in my opinion.
Yeah,
that he took off. But then West Ham was control of the game. But then the second batch of subs, I think it was Jones and Milne. Actually, no, Jones was in the first one. I can't remember.
Robber, I think.
Yeah, Jones and Robber. Milne and Robber, sorry. I have to give Klopp credit for that because Milne saved us. And this is why people are getting on to me. I don't think they're in here. But Crypto captain, big him up, and other people that Romz Milner can't start. This is why I want him to kind of start. 'Cause he has that more stability. Even if we had to take him off earlier, you saw what happened the minute Thiago came off and whatnot. Trent was just getting decimated, man. But yeah, the way I'm speaking is that we lost. I'm happy we won, but it's not encouraging for me. I'm just seeing the same things I was seeing before.
One thing I'm encouraging about though is the clean sheet. We've gotten a clean sheet again. I don't mind 1-0 wins like that. I don't like the 2-1s. The 2-1s you can mask over a lot, but the 1-0s, they're the ones that, I mean, if we can graft a few of these, especially considering how we played,
I get a lot of that.
I think that's decent, man.
I don't think VVD's thinking about the World Cup. You know, these last 2 performances, he's actually been playing for the club. And
one thing that he's doing is proper different as well. He's actually going out and engaging. There's a couple times out at the byline, whereas before he used to stay very central. Before you head out, man, I just need to get this up for you, innit? This is the Agege bread I'm talking about. So as you can see, that loaf gets squashed. It gets squashed, and that's what gets eaten. Man have that as a meal. Man have that as like, they'll have that with the rice or the soup.
That's nice, though.
It's filling.
After that.
But do you know what it is, Romz? For Caribbean people, it's like hardo bread. Imagine having hardo bread. Imagine squashing the hardo bread and having that.
No, it is filling. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Mad. I know. Like, so when you have had it, like you just feel heavy after, innit?
Very
heavy,
and sleepy as well.
That's like anything. You know, like if I sat there and run a big rice and peas and what, you know what? Why am I even going on about this food and that? Anyway, back to the game. I'm getting too excited. I was just about to go into my food.
There's gonna be nothing but nothing.
Bro, there's no more jollof rice.
I'm gonna get some Indomie out.
You know that triggered me because I was having a convo with my boy about players getting bounced off the ball, and he was just like saying the other day, some players need a gege bread. I said, a gege what? I never heard of that. It's African bread, but it's mainly Ghanaian culture, innit? But he said he was just naming players that he feels takes it, eats it, like the Ananas, the Ghana get, like he was saying them players of that ilk eat it.
Antonio, I think all he eats is dumplings. All he eats is dumplings, bro.
I know that brother just eating dumplings.
Dumpling is meat.
You didn't see the Nigerian team in I can't remember what tournament it was recently.
African Cup.
Yeah, I think it was that. You didn't see them, man. Kelechi and Nacho and all of them, man, bringing their jollof rice and the whole night, bro. Yeah, man need that, bro. You don't think these men are strong? These times, Kelechi look like some skinny boy from the village, like, but he's strong. You know what I'm saying? He's strong.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? That's he needs to just go and look at what Mabaya's doing. Bro, and just take a man. That's about it. But John, big up for calling, man. Before you head out, let us know where we can find you, because listen, you need to send me the content.
I'm gonna do this when I get off the call. I'm literally gonna send you the promo because I cut a few portions of the videos for you to set. I'm gonna send you. So
yeah, send me the whole promo thing and we'll play it at the end of this video. If you can send it in in the next 20 minutes or so before we head out, I'll play it at the end, man. I'll play it at the end.
Calm. I appreciate it. Now you can find me on social. So Instagram is John II. Literally how you can see it on the screen now, and then obviously my YouTube is John II as well, like you see now. And on Twitter, you can follow me on Twitter on I am John, but it's IVM and then JON. So yeah, it's the plug.
There we go. Bro. Do you know what we need to get from you as well? Save it. We need to hear the we need Jay-Z to come out. We need Hove. We need Hove.
You want Hove?
Yeah, we need to get that on the next show. But you know what I mean,
next calling show, I'm gonna give you Hove. I'm literally just gonna strictly talk Hove, like.
All right, cool. We need Hove. There we go, man. Big up. We need Hove to go and, you know what I mean, promo the thing, promo the channel.
Yeah,
you get.
Yes,
so
Hove.
Big up, man. John,
I heard that. I was like, right, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, man. In a bit.
Love.
Yeah, man. Big up, John. Hopefully we get to play that promo. Let's get the next one in, man. Let's run through these. We got Jai Rana in the building. Sorry, Jay. I always say that, but big up, Jay. How you doing? You there?
I'm good, man. How you guys doing?
With the
Big
good,
up,
man.
Jay,
All good.
man.
Happy to hear
Bless
from you
my brother.
again. How you doing, my guy?
I'm good, bro. Jerry, man, you're always butchering the name, blood. Oh,
Bro, you know,
Jesus.
like that, I'm starting to get a bit pissed off myself, my guy. Like, don't even jump on next time if you're going to
Man's
do
saying up, Jai.
Now, do you know what it is? I see it, and I just straight away I say it, and then when I said it, I already know it's Jay. But because the comments are coming, it's like cool. But yeah,
Didn't you
I know
say
it's
you got a friend called Jay as well? That's spelled
Yeah,
like that?
Janathan. Yeah, Janathan. That's the.
Come on,
that's his
Jerry,
name.
Bro, you're moving like
Yeah,
Henderson.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
moving
yeah,
like
yeah,
Henderson
yeah.
under pressure, you know. You're moving like Henderson.
He played well tonight. Wait, tonight? He played well tonight.
Nah, bro, don't be fooled by this performance. I'm telling you.
No, I know.
All right, what you got to tell us, Jay, man?
Bro, let me get started. I got a few points. Good win, innit? Good win. Keep the points coming. Keep the points flowing. That is what it is. But bro, I swear that second half, bro, I was nearly asleep. You know, oh Lord, the football was a myth. How can we play 4-5-1 at point at like 70 minutes and still lose the midfield battle, bro? How can you have 5 in midfield and still lose the midfield battle? It makes no sense at all, bro. And Trent as a right back, bro. Honestly, do you man think this is the formula moving forward? Trent at right back.
No. Oh, sorry. Maybe not all games. He can't play every game at right back. No, he has to be either on the bench or you're playing somewhere else.
Bro,
Can't play every game.
I'd put him like right mid or even central. I'd try anything. Just change it up. If it doesn't work, fair enough. At least you gave it a go in it. Like until you don't try it, you won't know what you're gonna get. But bro, I swear to you, brother can have zero tech. You just gotta bash it forward and run past him. No tech needed. You'll just run. You'll just pace him on a normal thing. Anyone can get past him. Meaty Bears, bro. I swear. If Burnley were still in the league, bro, Burnley would have a field day with Trent right now. I'm telling you. Quick ball in, Chris with them brothers. Oh Lord, it's a long day, you know, with Trent. But moving on to midfield, bro.
He was
Fab.
asleep at Southgate watching. Oh, that's actually bad.
Oh Lord. Nah. Even in midfield, bro. Fabinho's playing stuck in the mud, you man. Have you man played stuck in the mud?
That's what I said. Stuck in the mud.
Have you man played stuck in the mud? Someone has to
run
run.
for someone to touch him.
You got to run through the legs and that. You got to run through your legs. Wait for man to tag you, and then you can move after that. Man's waiting for someone to run through his legs so he can start moving again.
Back, you know.
I'm telling you, man's playing stuck in the mud.
You was
This
playing
guy
that
doesn't
back
know
in
we're playing.
1935, bro. You know
I
what I mean?
think it's like dumb. I think it's
Bro, I'm telling you, these man need to tell him that there's a game on, you know, Fab. Like, we're actually playing football today. Man's playing stuck in the mud, you know. Just, bro, Hendo and Fab in the pivot. That is a long day. I'm telling you, that can, as soon as Thiago goes off, bro, what is our midfield saying?
I mean, look, in general, I know we go and say that, but Thiago wasn't great today, you know.
And the thing is, though,
great.
today
like,
he wasn't.
Up, and I know we fall in love with the shimmies, that one long ball that he did into Nunez after the volley. Like, of course, but he wasn't great. He gave the ball a lot. He didn't tackle well. He made the most fouls in our team.
Jerry, even the City game, yeah. What we love him doing, his spraying off the ball, his passing, his technique, and that. For me, he had a good game against City, but not in that regard. The fact he just stayed on KDB, he had KDB in his pocket. But that's 2 games in a row now where what we know Thiago to excel in, he hasn't really. He's been doing more of the dirty work. But I agree.
Exactly.
I don't think he was.
Is that what we signed him for? Do we sign him to do some dirty work?
Man's doing that marathon, man. If you see this guy at Bayern, bro, deep playing next to centre backs, literally playing next to a centre back, spraying, dictating play from deep. Man's doing up runs, shuttle runs every single 2 minutes at Liverpool, bro. How can you misuse one of the greatest midfielders of this generation?
Jay, don't you wince as well? Whenever I see man flying into chatter, because like, brother, chill, because we know what can come next.
Bro, do you see his reaction every time the ref blows up? Do you see his reaction? He's always thinking like, "Oh Lord!"
Did you not see the slide tackle? Yeah, where he put in and he kind of touched his ankle after. I don't know if you caught it. It was quickly.
I caught. Yeah,
bro, please. But then I see him get up and jog it off.
It's fine though, you know, because Klopp taught him how to run. So you know, we're getting a good Thiago anyway. So it's cool.
You see, if you want to play 2 men in midfield, yeah, bro, you need one of the 2 in midfield need to have like mad pace. Like They can be able to track back, go forward, like drive with the ball. Bro, Hendo and Fab, I know you're saying Thiago wasn't that great this game, but you know that there's more hope in Thiago along with someone else rather than Hendo and Fab. Like, those two are literally stuck in the mud merchants, bro. They can't move. It will be backwards and sideways all the time rather than like progressive football or someone that can actually track back and cover the right back's deficiencies with pace. So it's just long if we're going to play with this too. That's why in January I feel like we need 2 signings, 1 midfielder and 1 winger, because with Diaz and Jota injured, bro, it's long on the left hand side. You know, if I ask all 3 of you, man, what's the first trait that comes to your mind that makes a Liverpool winger successful? What's the first thing that comes to your mind?
It's pace.
Exactly, pace. Yeah.
I was gonna say that dreaded word that we don't like to use anymore, but that's just what I've been accustomed to.
Louder. The I word.
Oh, the I word. Yeah. I mean, you need the I word, but you know, it's the pace.
Exactly. You got it. Yeah, it's pace. Yeah. Mane. The reason why Mane and Salah, obviously they got more to the game, but the first, like, the standout trait you think of is pace. Like, when they came in, these men were lightning quick. You can't do up. I think long term you can't do up Elliot, Carvalho. These men are not going to work on the wide, like on the flanks, because they got no pace. They can't burn a man. As good as Jota is on the left flank, yeah, I think I still personally believe he's better down the middle for me, because I think you need. That's why Diaz. Obviously he's got more to his game, but I believe that because Diaz is quick as anything, that's why he fit us so perfectly. I think we need to get another winger like that. And I was thinking about it. Yeah, I was thinking, why don't we move for someone like Marcus Edwards? Because if you think about it, the homegrown quota is going to go. If we get rid of Milner, Ox, these guys there next summer, if we move in for someone like that, he's English, isn't it? Tottenham Academy, whatnot. He can cover, and he can cover the right hand side, left hand side, and he plays down the middle for Sporting right now. Bro, this guy is quick and techy. He can actually do a job for us. Have you seen much of Edwards?
No, he would be the type of I used to watching him more in the academy.
Yeah,
but we saw him what he did. Was it against Spurs when he ran through against them?
Yeah, bro, that was just a glimpse. He's kind of tearing it up right now, playing centre forward for Lisbon in the Portuguese league. But he's doing his thing. So if we move for someone like him who's got pace, or even a Noah Lang, I don't know if you guys know much about Noah Lang.
But he's a tricky type of guy though.
Exactly, bro. There was a point that he was called a Dutch Neymar. Obviously, he didn't live up to it, but there was points where these men were saying that when he was at Ajax, he was unplayable on his day. He's got that. He can be that creative outlet, and he's got bundles of pace on him as well. So I think we should be looking at these guys rather than actually like just throwing in Carvalho, Elliot. Klopp actually thinks he's smart by playing these guys on. He thinks he's done something by playing these men on the wing. You know, he thinks, "Raw, this is I'm moving nuts today playing man on the wing."
You know, the only thing with Lang, bro, like I've been keeping tabs on Bruges, and he's not even been starting for them. So I don't know if it's probably more of a reason why we should go in for him, because you'd probably be more inclined to leave. But he's not really been starting for them.
This is that this season, Romz?
Last season.
Yeah, but if you ask any Bruges fan, like, who's your star player, like who would you say your star player is? I'm sure they'd tell you like it was Lang in seasons gone past as well. So, like, and sometimes it's the players around you as well, isn't it?
Jay, let me ask you this, bro. Yeah, everything you said was so cute. I don't want to bring it right back down to earth, but we know we need all these players. But come 31st of January, do you think we would have even signed one?
No, honestly, no chance. I don't see us signing anyone. I think we need 2, but bro, man's gonna do up training as our transfers and all that.
Exactly, and you know what Klopp and Pep are gonna think? No, Jota and Diaz will be back after World Cup in January. There's no need to sign anyone else.
What do you think, Jay? What do you think of Rice though?
Bro, I'd take Rice. Bro, forget Rice, bro. I'd take quinoa, anything at this point, fam. Are you crazy?
Yeah,
I'd take anything in there. Couscous. Bro, anything, bro.
We'll take Rice. Bro,
I'd take Rice any day, fam.
But Rice is like, I think when I watch Rice more and more, people don't rate him at times, because they think he's quite Brexit and that. But I'm like,
Rice is a baller.
I'm not gonna lie, I saw him today. That for me, that's one of his best I've seen. Like, I've actually just watched. 100%. He bopped off our midfield by himself.
Do you
Him
see
and
that?
Timo Kehrer.
Do you see that ball?
See that
to
ball?
Antonio?
Oh, don't piss me off. Don't piss
On
me
the
off.
volley.
Yeah, he cut
On
our
the
whole
volley.
team.
You know what?
When he played it, I just said thank the Lord it dropped Antonio because I knew it was coming next.
Yeah, obviously.
But I just said thank the Lord it dropped in. But that on the volley, bro.
But Rice has
Even
got
me.
that in his locker though.
Nah, he does,
You
he
watched
does,
him
yeah.
more, G, because I knew he was good. I did not know he was that good. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna lie.
I didn't know he was that good. Like I didn't rate him like that. I thought he was a decent player. I know people are rating him here, but I was rating him here. I'm rating him like in the middle now. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Like, so, yeah, it's crazy.
Nah,
It's crazy.
I think he's got like leadership. I think long time he can be a Hendo replacement, you know, because they've got similar sort of play, like a young Hendo. Obviously, they've got like similarities in them that he can pick up on as well. So I'd say if we can't get Jude, look at like someone like a Rice. Maybe they can get someone like that in just so like we can, bro. But these men are not on nothing, you know. Like it just pains me to see the meanness. These men will go back to their. Do you know how media our academy is as well, bro? These players under 21s look like under 10s. These men have no muscle on their bodies, bro.
Well, it's true. It's the crisp and popcorn diet, bro.
Oh,
refreshers, and then that rainbow sugar thing. You know, the long pat people in school. I don't know if the young know, but I know G knows what I'm talking about, innit? I mean, after school, the 20p ones. It's just that.
They were nice, like back in the day, like you know.
We were just tipping sugar into our mouth, bro.
I know.
Oh, the long
sherbet lemon,
yeah.
Same thing, like it don't really matter.
That was mad.
Sugar was good.
The guy that was supposed to make it through, Musliaski, man, we haven't even seen a glimpse of him yet. We're getting these guys we're getting Sideshow Bob from Simpsons, and these guys they're doing up their thing on the right wing.
I want to see Bajatic. I want to see Bajatic.
He's not gonna
you know what?
He's never gonna get a game.
I don't even know why Klopp put him on the bench.
He's not gonna play at Liverpool.
Nah, man. I don't think he's gonna play here.
And bro, for my last point, where do you think Jones can actually go? Like, what future do you see for Jones? Because I remember, Joe, you were saying like, okay, and when I put my comment in, I was talking about in general. Yeah, I just don't think he can cut the mustard at Liverpool. So what do you actually see that can happen to Jones?
I think he'll be now to show himself. If he doesn't do that, I personally think he's a good player. Like me personally, when I look at his raw attributes, I think he's got better raw attributes than Elliot. For instance, Elliot's getting more game time. Why that is, obviously, I don't know. I think he goes, like you said, a Brentford, a Palace. I know someone said that. Even
that was me.
Even wherever. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So somewhere like that. Fulham. He goes and just plays games. I think. Even if he was to go to an Everton, something like that, where he'd get games, I think he'd do well. You have to kind of, you've got to give him the confidence. And right now, Elliot's getting all the confidence. Do you get? He's getting all the plaudits. He's like, yeah, you're playing in this game. Like that gives you confidence. We saw on the back end when we had all the injuries to our centre backs, Jones was a key part of that team. The midfield was Jones, Thiago, and what's it called? And not Henderson, Jones, Thiago, and Wijnaldum at times for a lot of that period, and they got us through. They got us through until Fabinho came back into midfield. I mean, they did get us through. So it's one of the ones. Right now, you're right. Like if he's just gonna have these types of just substitution games, he's just not gonna play, and he's just not gonna play. He's not gonna really cut the mustard, as you said. So. Yeah, somewhere like that, I'd say.
Nah, I hear what you're saying, yeah, and I agree with most of what you're saying as well. In terms of raw attributes, he's better at Harvey than shooting. I'd say he has more pace than Harvey. I'd say, he wins it. He checks a lot of boxes over Harvey, yeah, but we can clearly see Klopp prefers Elliot over a lot of these men right now, yeah. But, he's going to give Elliot's like his child right now. He wants to nurture this guy, and after that it's Carvalho. Like we can see that he's putting a lot of trust. So in my eyes, we're never gonna be able to give that chance. That even if Jones deserves it, he's not gonna get it. So I just think that he's not gonna be able to do it, because if we play him out on the left, as I said, like we need someone quick. Now Jones has pace, yeah, but he don't have like pace that burn a man for just leave a man standing there. And sometimes he dilly-dallies on the ball for too long. And when I saw this guy in the under-23s, Jerry, I swear, I was like, this is the guy we need. Like, I was like, let's play him as a 10, try him as a 10, he had everything. And then
that's when Gerrard
I don't know.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't know what it is. Was it like Klopp or someone that just said, you see, Genie, like these guys are you just got to be a recycle, refresh, just do the 3 R's and that, like, bro, like, stop taking away flair, stop taking away things like shooting outside the box from a player's game. I genuinely believe.
That's one of the questions, isn't it? That's just one of the
It's mad you say that because me, G, and Jerry were saying all summer, like, if you have technical ability, don't come here because Klopp will just nullify. It's actually lose your
Klopp and Pep, Romz, Klopp and Pep, bro. The biggest thing that hit the nail in the coffin for me is when Wijnaldum came out and said that these men did not want me to go forward and score when I came on against Barca. He said the instruction from Pep and Klopp was for me to do my normal role, recycle the ball, keep it tidy and keep it ticking. He said I took matters into my. He basically said that I'm not quoting him. Exactly. He took it into his own hands to go win us the thing. That's when I was like,
turn Lionel Messi into defensive mid, and you'll be like, rah. That's crazy, blood. I mean, I know he's a good ball player in that, but right, you got man tackling in that now. Crazy.
Exactly. But Jarana, I mean, I always say, Jesus. You know what? I'm gonna stop talking, innit? Like, I know I'm tired. I'm gonna stop talking from now on. G's gonna be the one hosting, innit? So G host. Jay, big up your damn self.
Thank you. I'm coming in with a new name next time, I swear.
Nah, big up your damn self.
Love, man, love.
Love for coming on, bro.
Peace out.
Yeah, man, big up. Jai, big up Jai, innit? Big up Jai. I thought that one on purpose. Big up Jay, man. Good points. Big up Gmwk as well. Gmwk saying, look, Klopp says he's not a fan of shooting from outside the box. I know he said that doesn't really make sense because we spam long passes and give away the ball like that anyway. So why not give away the ball in positions where if you've got good long distance shooters, they can go and get shots on target. Like it doesn't make sense to me. But what do I know, innit? What do I know? I'm just a bottom red. Let's get the next and last caller of the day. Last but not least, I can see him smiling in the background. He's always got good points to give us. It's man like Tarmizi. Big up, man.
Yo. Calma. Relaxed. I'm just relaxed. Yeah. Another clean sheet, another win, another 3 points. We move. But first half was so different to second half. It's just so opposite to the Rangers game that we talked about last week, where the first half was a dire and then second half we turn up. I see a lot of a positive points, a positive take from the first half. Ball retention from Carvalho was magic. Darwin Nunez start to understand more where he should go. Dangerous position. What I really like in the first half is we had a lot of one-on-one positions when Mo and Carvalho tried to do some shimmy and do some crossing and all that. I really like that. But then it just second half was different. I think Thiago came off. It was a game changer. The penalty gave West Ham a confident boost. Although they Bowen missed the penalty, but there's that belief that they could come back or try to nick a draw. What I really like is Gmwk was today. VVD did his duty. Not just Erling Haaland, but Gmwk was another striker that I really enjoyed. He obviously he did perform really well. He's been performing really well from the start of the season. John was saying that Paqueta was not involved, so that was a boost because my goodness, Trent was. There's a conversation with Trent.
Would you start him next game? Just before you continue, would you start him next game?
Depends on the personnel who's in the midfield, G, because
Okay, fair enough.
Fran, with Thiago, there's more coordination and specific instruction with how Trent plays. So it depends who the personnel, who's his teammate and colleagues playing for the midfield. A lot of conversation has been suggesting that he should be in the midfield, which I understand and I hear that. Joey G, in my opinion, I think he's like the VVD of lackadaisical that everyone did mention recently. And obviously Ellie bailed us out, but I don't know. This is one of the conversation that I'd like you guys to chop it out, because I watched the Rio Vibe with 5, and Rio was saying modern centre backs are so different to the era that he's been playing, and he said it's down to the back in the days you have your Ricardo Carvalho, Terry, Vida, and Rio, obviously, Cara and Hipia, Sol Campbell, and I don't know, Keon. So I don't know what you guys think, because right now it's like center backs, they keep on chop and change. You don't see an established 5 to 10 games of the same pairing. So I'd like you guys to dissect on that. It's a really interesting conversation.
Do you know?
And yeah.
Do you know what it is? Izzy, I'll keep it short and sweet. I feel like injuries don't help, but even when they're all 4 fit, it will always be Van Dijk, we know. But I feel like this is actually testament to our level of centre-back. But for me, I don't think we have a set 2, because I think Gomez is 4th choice if everyone's fit. But where you're saying you're right, normally that the best teams and title winning teams and whatnot, you just have that 2 that stay the 2, no chopping and changing. You have that same 2. But I just feel Konate and Matip are accustomed to different types of games, and they both suit different types of teams. So I feel that for us, we'll never have that same 2. I don't know what Jerry and G think, but that's just my opinion on that.
Yeah, I mean, just speaking from experience, I think if you look at the title winning season, we won having a solid centre-back partnership. So it's one of those ones where I think we are at a stage where, because of injuries, because Matip's not reliable necessarily in terms of fitness, we can go and chop and change, right? But going into a big game, if everyone's fit, I still go Matip. For me, that's my centre-back partnership. And that suggests to me that as a team, I think we still go and need one. And hence why I said we're going to go and need to go and buy another centre-back to partner with Konate in a season, 2 seasons, whatever it is. Speaking about, obviously, the centre-backs you had back in the day, it's a different game now. It's a different game. So you don't play the same. I know Gmwk said in the comments here that there's a lot of Man City fans, still pissed about the game, and that they're trying to say that Virgil's ducking smoke from Haaland. Nah, because back in the day, what Keon would do, Keon would follow Haaland around. So when Haaland moves over to the left, like onto Gomez, he'd swap round with him. So back in the day, I was always taught,
I get that.
big guy moves across, you move across with him, and you guys switch positions. That's not how the game operates anymore, because the players are already thinking about, right, when I receive the ball, where am I on the pitch to go and affect the game going forwards in an attacking sense? It's a different game. So, look, there's so many challenges I've seen from Rio, Tony Adams, Keown. If they'd made those challenges today, they'd be rinsed. They'd be rinsed. They'd get in trouble. They'd get red cards. They'd get yellow cards all the time. You wouldn't be able to play in the game. On the flip side, we've got VAR now. So the likes of Van Dijk, Gomez can play a high line and almost cheat and not have to drop off, knowing that if they get their line right, they've got the goal line, VAR, but not only that, it's the goal line tech as well. Back in the day, I've seen loads of goals where you look and you're like, Van Nistelrooy's offside there, But because it was so, like, not minuscule, but because the offside is just like to the plain eye, you wouldn't even clock it. was just a goal.
Yeah.
It was just a goal. You weren't with your man, so it required a different game. So I don't know if that addresses your question.
I actually think that moving forward, this football as an evolution, I think 22-man squad, you would rarely see 3-4 centre backs in the future, because the precedents where like Mascherano plays as a centre back in for Barcelona, and then David Alaba for Bayern, and then now in Real, Fabinho. How many times we've seen in that injury ravaged season. So I think it's gonna be like your out and out number 9, which is quite rare in the modern game. Obviously, you see very few, but I think centre backs are gonna be a rare breed in the future. You know what I'm saying? So it's an interesting moving forward.
What they're needing to do in the game now is completely different. So I agree with that 100%. I think you're seeing with Pep and stuff like that, once you get centre backs that are all comfortable in the ball and they can rotate. So Ajax done it really well. I don't know if you remember when we played Ajax, but Jurien Timber was coming into midfield and swapping with Alvarez. So sometimes Alvarez was at the back and they didn't know who to pick each other up, and they were causing this issue. So
seamlessly,
That's a spot on analysis. I think if you look at it like that, it's something we could see in the future. We just never know. I mean, back in the day, they used to just be one sweeper, isn't it? And there was just one centre back and the rest were forwards. This is back in the 30s and the 40s.
Total football.
Exactly.
So, thanks for having me again, guys. Yeah, thanks for having me.
You're welcome anytime, bro. You're welcome anytime.
Big up N-Time Izzy, because he was actually messaging me direct, like saying, look, when's the calling. So we had to make sure we made it happen for him. I'm happy we got to get him on.
Big up. Respect.
Respect. Yeah, man. Big up N-Time Izzy, as always. Gonna run through some of the comments as well. Big up to everyone that's tuning in, that's been tuning in. And then, we'll go from there. Also got a special little promo, a couple promo videos from John that I've managed to scrape up together. So we'll get that out to you guys as well.
Did you see Rice, the way he barged off Henderson? I was busted up, man.
Yeah. Did you see what he did to Fabinho? Did you see what he did to Fabinho? When the ball came in, he was in a tight space and he done the little touch. He done the delayed touch. Like,
bro,
open up, and Henderson was just like, Fabinho was like, just ran into him. Did you see? Fabinho is just an Uber. You know what? I need to make a meme of this, brother. I've just in an Uber, just getting.
Oh,
you know
I
mean?
Did you see what Ben Johnson did to Fabinho?
Bro, I was like,
no, that's enough for Ben Johnson, bro. He didn't even use those tricks. It was similar to Trent. Fabinho and Trent both got done, just by one quick, slow kind of shifted movement, and they both, bro, Fabinho nearly dropped. When I saw Ben Jones, I actually started laughing out loud, no. This is the same guy. Big up you two. I said, all of you are saying, Romz, this guy is just not in good form. I'm defending him with my life.
Bro, you got to realize,
the man around him.
It's like what me and Joey were saying before about, when you go, obviously, I don't know if you're still playing football or whatnot at this current moment in time, but let's say I ain't played football for years. So if you called me tomorrow and said, yo, G, we need a player, 90-minute thing though, bro, I promise you, I won't get anywhere near anybody on the pitch like that. You'd have to always give me the ball, otherwise it will just get long, because I ain't going to be able to close down anybody. So, and certain players are just sharp. Because they've been playing football, they're in the rhythm. That's what Fabinho looked like. He just looked like, I ain't played football for about 3 years. I'm up against guys who play football every day of their lives. They're sharp with their movements and stuff. I know what to do, but I can't do it. That's what he looked like.
What worries me, G, is that he's not really been injured. Bro. He's not been injured like that this season. When's the penny kind of gonna? Let me ask you to an uncomfortable conversation, because I had to ask myself this, and I didn't want to answer. I was like, I'm not. But is he gonna get back to his? Because when you told me this the other day, he's turning 29 in a couple of days or next week or something. I couldn't believe it. Do you? Cool. That's it. What about you, G? Do you think he's gonna get back or?
Honestly, nah. I think with him, you'll get the odd performances, random. but you won't get the Fabinho that we remember. Brother, all I'm saying is Rice is there chilling. He blatantly showed you tonight that he could be the guy. Just go out and sign someone like him. We're all fighting for Jude Bellingham and that.
No, Rice won't be that much because he's not going to sign that new deal. Like Max was saying earlier, they know they're accepting they're going to lose him in a year or two. I reckon we can get Rice done for there'll be English tax applied, but I reckon we could get him done for 60, 70 M's, and that's a bargain nowadays.
And I think he would be. We're looking at, but there's people. I don't know. So one of you two would have to tell me about this Enzo brother. Like I've not seen him enough, so I'm not going to judge. Yeah, I'm not going to judge.
He's just one of them players that it's just nice link to our club. We're not going to go and spend that money on him. But he is, from what I've seen, it's his breakout season. But he's outrageous.
Okay, cool.
Before we just we head out and just play the thing, what do you guys think of Mason Mount? Would you have him now? Because I've been screaming about Mason Mount.
See what I said during the game?
What?
You might have not seen it. I've always loved Mason Mount. I get cussed. I'm like you, Jerry. I said it 2 years ago. People like Mason Mount. He can't play a through ball. He's dead. He is so underrated.
You know what he is? You know what he is? A utility kind of player. So
do you think he's more effective than Bellingham at the moment?
If I had the choice. It would still
I think he can be more effective in our team than a Bellingham. Yes. I think he could be more effective. I don't think Bellingham comes in, becomes an effective player. I think he just comes in, just be who he is now. That's it. And that's not really anything.
Mount of recent, Mount's problem's always been his productivity. This is why I've got to give Potter great credit because he was never really he can play 8. So when I say this, he can play 8. This is testament to him. This is how much of a great
footballer he is. Play?
But he was playing 8 under Tuchel. Tuchel's playing him quite deep. Not deep, but like the 8 role. But Potter has made him play closer to Aubameyang now. And he's reaping the rewards. He's got, 3 in his last 2? Like, that free kick was crazy. He's kind of like that late man running at that Lampard Dele Alli-esque. And I've always said, if you let him do this role, he will cook. I think he's on course. If he doesn't get injured, Potter loves him. I think he's on course to having one of his best seasons numbers-wise. I don't really care about numbers-wise. I've always rated him. But you saw against us. See his clear-cut chances against us, but he just didn't put them away. Some Chelsea fans blame him for the losses. Do you know what I mean? Because they were chances.
Is Mount what Elliot should be, i.e. in terms of the type of player? Because he's not blessed with pace. I'm not going to sit here and say Mount is quick.
He's not slow, though, G.
He's not slow, you know. Mason Mount can play out wide, and he'd be a better option than having Carvalho, Elliot, Jones, whoever else that we have out there.
Yeah, but look at the 3 names that you just named. Look at the 3 names. They're not quick though. So put him up against
I think he's on par with Jota's pace. I think he's on par with Jota's pace. I've seen him. Did you not see what he did to what's his name? Tomori.
Well, you think Tomori's quick?
Tomori's not slow.
Tomori's fast.
But you got context. Tomori is a centre back, so for a centre back, he's decently, but he's not fast. He's not like Gomez. Gomez
Tomori's fast.
I think Gomez is closer than you think.
Start behind the striker, a quick striker, and catch up. He's quick, G. Trust me.
He's quick. Okay, is he Gomez quick? In a foot race,
I'd put him up there.
He's probably faster than Gomez now.
Yeah,
Gomez.
Injury, yes, G. Tomori's quick. I think
that's his main attribute.
Guys in the comments, let me know who's quicker, Gomez or Tomori. Big man thing, because I feel like
pre-injury there was a convo. Tomori leaves Gomez now, in my opinion.
Especially
after injury.
Gomez is not slow, bro. But Gomez
Tomori's fast, man.
G. I'm not saying he's slow. Okay, I'm not. Okay, maybe I'm coming. I'm not saying he's slow, but the way you're making it sound like Mason Mount is rapid. I've never seen this guy duck anybody.
No, I think he's Foden pace. I think he's got Foden pace.
Nah, Foden will duck him in a race. 100%.
I'll say about the same.
Foden's quick, bro. Foden is quick,
this is testament to Mount, In world football, there's about a handful of players that are better on the half turn than him. Mount on the half turn, I've seen him receive it in places he shouldn't have even received it and come out of the situation. I've rated Mason Mount so high. You know what's so mad about Mason Mount, right? The general football world rate him. He gets the most stick off of his own fact. It's mainly Chelsea fans that don't rate him, it's weird.
Maybe
It's
that's
like,
why I don't rate him. Maybe that's what because I only hear
Yeah.
from Chelsea fans, and when they speak about him, I never hear glowing reports like, yeah, he's sick. I always hear, bro, this guy's this and that. These men are saying, yeah, tomorrow might be
Like,
good.
look at this. Mason Mount, yeah, this was last season, yeah. He recorded Chelsea's second highest top speed, which was 21.75 miles per hour.
Who was top? Oh, it doesn't say. I don't know.
It doesn't say. Let me click into it.
I think Mount's a me because I said it during the game. I said it during the game, and you said Maddison. But I said Maddison, you can't rely on Maddison. Maddison will have 10 good games, and then he's in. And you know our club when it comes to injuries. So imagine he's already injury prone at Leicester. He'll come to Liverpool, be asked to run more. And again, that's the problem you have with technical players. They're not going to come to Liverpool and still be able to do what they're doing at their club they just left. I think Mount's amazing. And the reason why I think Mount suits us, because even if we take away from his technical ability, he can do the running clock. That guy presses. He'll chase Chris rappers, bro. Like, he does not tire. Mount would suit our system. I've even said Loftus Cheek, and I got grilled for that as well. But
I rate Loftus Cheek. I've said it. I know, man.
See, Jerry, you know, both of them were cooked.
It was Rudiger who got 22.8 last season.
Rudiger's quick.
But Mason Mount is not far off him then.
Okay. Run through Chelsea's team and name one fast player in Chelsea's team.
Werner, James, Fofana.
No, last season.
Last season. Kante.
No, not anymore, Jerry. You're taking it.
Kante, brother, come on.
Prime, yeah.
I'm trying to say slow.
No, but he's not like he used to be.
No, but I'm just trying to.
You're trying to tell me in a game he can't have a burst of pace where you think, right, this bro. I've seen him.
If you're speaking about burst, I thought you meant consistently. Like,
that's like over 5 yards. Yeah, calm. He might be able to do burst.
I agree with that.
I mean, a guy who you would relatively say, okay, like we would all sit here and say Salah's fast. We would all sit here and say Mane's fast. We'd all sit here and say Diaz is fast. We'd all sit here and say Nunez is fast without even thinking whether it's over 5 yards, 10
I think
yards.
We're getting pace and acceleration.
Yeah, pace. That's what I'm trying to say. Like,
because Jerry,
over 5.
Declan
Rice, for example, isn't a fast player. Over 5 yards, I guarantee he'll burn man over that 5 yards.
No. I think over distance he burns them. Short distance he can't burn them. He's too tall. It's like Van Dijk over a short distance ain't fast. Van Dijk top speed is fast.
When he's in his stride.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's got to be that way. Yeah, I you know what, I agree. But regardless, my point is Rudiger was, put it this way, 36.7 kilometers per hour, which is 22.8 miles per hour. Last season, Mason Mount was 27.9? No, 22.
I'm going to start watching Mason Mount more than, because
Mason Mount's fast. Gee.
No, not pace-wise. I'm going to watch him just for his ability. I'm watching for his ability. Forget his pace. I just want to see him for his ability. Now, the way you two are speaking, if you two are, and I trust you two's judgment, if you two are talking about him like this, I'm going to watch him more.
I always rated Mount, but even from his Derby days. But you know when my respect just went up for him, regardless, you could say it was empty grounds and that. But what he did to Real Madrid home and away, I think it just goes under the radar. Like, to boss a midfield of Modric, Cruz, and Casemiro, whatever you can say they're declining and whatnot, but this is still the same midfield that won the Champions League a year after that game. Do you know what I mean? But I rate Mount high.
No, you know what? Just for that,
overrated him.
I'm gonna watch Mount a bit more.
Cool. And see what now's the best time because Potter's playing him a bit more advanced. Like, I
do think one thing with Mount is, man, I said you're dumb. I do think
this is what I mean. It's Chelsea fans that don't rate him.
But you say that, but it's because what do you guys want, bro? You're saying he's not that guy. Like, what do you want from this brother, bro? Like, what more do you want?
Tuchel,
you want 50 goals a season?
I blame Tuchel.
I think he seems like a good. He seems like a guy who can play a few positions. That's why what I've liked about Mason Mount. I've seen him on the left. I've seen him on the right. And I've never really, it's very weird when I see a right winger playing on the right, because you think to yourself, obviously we were so used to seeing people doing it the other way around, cutting in. Yeah. He plays quite well from what I've seen as a right winger when he cuts in anyway. I feel like he still does that job pretty well. So I think he's a decent little player. I'm not gonna say I ever thought he was shit because I haven't, but the way you two are speaking about him, I have to watch him more now. I'm definitely gonna watch him more. I'm gonna be on Mount.
Definitely, man.
Always rated him, man.
Before we head out, we've got a couple of videos for you people.
Yeah,
Exclusives for the main man, John Paqueta. Tune in. Make sure to check him out. John the second, so John the II, in all caps on all socials. So please check that out. Gonna play you now. This is John.
Searching for P's on my P's and Q's. No Q on the mic, had to bust one take. 1 2 short, now she bounce it back like jumping jack. How you move your waist? Been doing this shit from Quay, don't play. I'm Destiny's Child, better say my name. And I can't be team, they burning bridges while I brought that flame. Lemons click cups and I plant some hate. Not concerning, considering man praise. Yeah, tell me how you feel. All these sports ain't a way to get out.
And we got the next one for you, Pete.
Mountain days I pondered, I thought I lost meaning. We been never cold, had the devil fatiguing. Crew fire, the ship in a drought. Unlimited drops from the source past the ceiling. Yeah, turkey farming through bands like these singers. Bodies under the knife, but the soul be craving for the healing. Even though your new shape look appealing. My eyes glued to the sole of my feet. I can't stand what I see, I'm just trying to be hella lit when the Jaeger caressing my liver to block out the noise in between. I need the bird's eye view.
Yeah.
Those are promos, guys. If you want to check out both of those tunes, they're live out now on John's channel. There's the act, guys. Please make sure you're going over and subscribing and checking that out.
We're all family here, man. Make sure everybody check it out, man. Please.
Yeah, man. Before we head out, guys, anything you want to let the people know what's coming out? Oh yeah. Before we head out, G, make sure to let the guys know to check out your short you've posted on YouTube.
Oh yeah. Please, guys. I'm gonna post it I'm gonna post thing in the group now in the live chat. But yeah, please just head over to the page, subscribe to the channel. Gonna have some good things popping. Gonna speak with Jerry soon, and we're gonna try and correlate everything. But yeah, other than that, man, catch me here. Always catch me here on the Jerry motherfucking James show.
Romz, what's going on, man?
I'm happy, Jay, because you're gonna have a field day of this, but G knows what I'm about to say.
Oh yeah, before you say it.
My mate just missed me. No, he couldn't still. He sold out. Because remember, it was supposed to take place when the Queen happened. But I want everyone in the comments to give me smoke because I know I'm not, but I love it. But I'm watching, my other team tomorrow night. Gotta be watching Gakpo and Javi Simmons as well. PSV will be a good game, but my boy literally said 20 pounds in a row. I said, of course, that's my second team.
Of course.
There's a collection, man, then. It's got this year's one. Got this one.
So which one are you wearing, Romz? Which one?
I might have to wear the Jamaica one, man. It makes sense.
Okay.
No, but I'm joking. That'll be a good game, man. PSB with Sankari, Javi Simmons, Gakpo. They've been flying this season. So I don't even think Arsenal will win that game. I don't think Arsenal win the game. I think it'll be a draw or PSV win. Arsenal will play that under. I don't think they'll play a strong team, but I'm just looking forward to that. And yeah, you lot just keep smashing up the likes, subscribing. Just content's gonna be flowing up until the World Cup, man.
Exactly. Well, guys, it's been the Jerry James Show. Please make sure, as I said, to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Big up to everyone that hopped on as well for the live calling. We appreciate a lot of good chat. Everyone that comes on this platform, knowledgeable about the ball. We don't get any silly people coming on. So, do you know what I mean? Big up to your damn selves. We will be doing a preview for the Nottingham Forest game. That will potentially be tomorrow, guys. So please,
when are we playing?
If you're tuning for that, huh?
When are we playing?
Oh, games are coming thick.
Saturday, isn't it?
Saturday morning.
Saturday. Well, obviously, we need to do the preview because I'm going away, innit? I'm going away on Saturday.
I remember you saying, yeah.
So the preview needs to get done. Before then. Also, guys, please make sure to check out the Football Terrace on Friday because there's a special episode coming. So please make sure you're tuning in to that. Make sure you're supporting the man then from the Jerry James Show. But yeah, man, Like I said, stay notified. It's been the Jerry James Show. I'm out, people. Boom.